The documentary is about the psychotherapist Philippa Perry who explores the condition known as the bipolar disorder of the three very different individuals who each suffer from their own unique cases. Philippa looks at the different causes of the condition such as the genetics and life experiences as well as the various treatments such as prescription drugs and alternative therapy. So, sa documentary, dito papasok yung pagkakaroon ng malpractice na kung saan si Dr. Kuma na Indian ay nag-prescribe ng psychiatric drug or sedative kay Sean na ayon kila Dr. Perry and Dr. Joanna Moncrief, hindi naman talaga ito nagpapagaling or nakakapagpatanggal ng sakit na bipolar disorder. So, it was also stated there na there is no evidence that bipolar disorder is caused by a chemical imbalance sa ating brain. So, in short, or in my opinion, these drugs only work because they are mind-altering substance or sedative. They work well in calming someone down and inhibiting emotions by attempting to block out their feelings. So in short, they only provide temporary relief but not cure. So a wrong prescription is a medical malpractice.
In the development of biological treatment, the first effective drugs for severe psychotic disorders were developed systematically. In the documentary video we watched, Sean was clinically diagnosed with bipolar type 2 disorder. She believed that the medications given to her saved her life. She was asked what her life would be like right now if there are no medications at all. She said that if there are no medication, she should be dead. Sedatives are used to block out their feelings. However, long-term medication is not good, so a different approach was done in the video. She went to a psychotherapist to lessen the drug that she takes. Going to a psychotherapist while you're used to taking drugs or medication is quite hard. She needs to have a connection or bond with her psychotherapist so that she can start switching to psychotherapy.
When studying psychological disorder, it is also important to study their treatment. So, in the documentary that a group watched entitled Being Bipolar, I saw how this disorder affects person's daily life. So, bipolar disorder can cause changes in a person's mood, energy, and their ability to function. So, the cause of bipolar disorder is still unknown, but there are many reasons people may develop it. So, in our previous topic about etiology, so if the treatment is successful in treating disorder, it may give us hints about the cause of disorder. So, bipolar disorder doesn't have any permanent treatment, which means people who have it relies on medication like mood stabilizing medication and going to therapy to control and live like a normal life.
How can genes be linked to bipolar disorder? So let's start with genes. As gene is a unit of inheritance, it is a possibility of inheriting your parents' behavior. Most of the time, only a small percentage of the genes in any cell are activated. Bipolar disorder, formerly known as maniac depression, is a mental health condition characterized by extreme mood swings that include emotional highs, mania or hypomania, and lows or depression. According to the video, bipolar disorder is treated by a psychiatrist who is qualified to identify which drug works best for a specific patient and has specialized training in mental health care. Despite the fact that there is no medication but only mood stabilizers, so what exactly is the connection? The study discovered that genes in the dopamine system contribute significantly to the variability observed in the highly sensitive personality trait. Noradrenaline and serotonin have been linked to psychiatric mood disorders such as depression and bipolar disorder on numerous occasions. Dopamine regulates nerve pathways within the brain that controls pressure and emotional reward.
The biochemicals in our body have behavioral effects on us, like a person who has psychological disorders drinks that specific medicine. Their behavior will change or it will modify the manic and depressive episodes. Just like in the video in Being Bipolar, Flying and Crashing. There's 3 people, they have different levels of bipolar. Sean taking a medicine pill to sedate her and to balance her chemicals in her brain. She keeps taking medicines but the psychotherapist never explains in detail the medications that she takes and how does it work. And the other one is Ashley. He also takes a medicine to modify their episodes, their bipolar will never be cured because there's no cure for psychological disorders, but with the help of therapy, you can modify the effects of psychological disorders.
I watched Being Bipolar, Flying, Crashing mental health documentary by Only Human. Psychotherapist Philippa Perry explores the condition known as bipolar disorder from the perspective of those living with it, speaking to three very different individuals who each suffer from their own unique case of bipolar disorder. Philippa examines various explanations for the condition from genetics to life experiences and looks at the variety of treatments used, from prescription drugs to alternative therapies and treatments. According to the diathesis stress model, individuals inherit tendencies to express certain traits or behaviors, which may then be activated under conditions of stress. Each inherited tendency is a diathesis, which means literally a condition that makes someone susceptible to developing a disorder. Yung tatlong individuals na may bipolar disorder, si Ashley may autism at nabubuli siya noong bata pa siya dahil iba siya sa ordinaryo na bata. Tapos si Sean naman, wala naman daw siyang traumatic experience at inborn daw yung sakit niya. Kaya nagpa-check din siya ng genes kasi nakikitaan din nila ng symptoms ng pagiging bipolar yung anak niya, which is 1 out of 10 yung chance na pwedeng mamana ng anak niya yung sakit na meron siya. At last, si Paul, na nagkaroon ng sobrang stress sa pagiging second best at playing golf, na pwedeng nakapagpa-trigger ng bipolar condition niya. Yung bipolar disorder nila pwedeng connected sa genes at pwede din sa diathesis.
What is bipolar disorder? What is genes? Can the two be linked at each other? First, what is bipolar disorder? Bipolar disorder, formerly called manic depression, is a mental health condition that causes extreme mood swings that include emotional highs and lows. Next, what is genes? A unit of heredity which is transferred from parent to offspring and is held to determine some characteristics of the offspring. Bipolar disorder is frequently inherited, with genetic factor accounting for approximately 80% of the cause of the condition. Bipolar disorder is the most likely psychiatric disorder to be passed down from family. If one parent has bipolar disorder, there's a 10% chance that their child will develop the illness. If both parents have this bipolar disorder, the likelihood of their child developing bipolar disorder rises to 40%.
So yung napili namin panoorin na documentaries about the people who's diagnosed with a bipolar disorder. Just like in late 19th century sa topic natin na Gray and his colleague, that mental disorder has yet undiscovered brain pathology and it's incurable, just like bipolar disorder. And yes, there is a medication, but sadly it cannot be cured. It just managed the imbalance of your brain chemicals sa taong may bipolar. And dun sa documentary, Sean taking meds and nasabi niya na yes, it helps her to manage the emotions, makes her calm kapag nagkakaroon siya ng depression or nagkakaroon siya ng episode. And she said na yung bipolar niya is still there and it doesn't go away, which is really sad.
Bipolar disorder, formerly called manic depressive illness or manic depression, is a mental disorder that causes unusual shifts in mood, energy, activity levels, concentration, and the ability to carry out day-to-day tasks. Bipolar disorder often runs in families, and research suggests this is mostly explained by heredity. People with certain genes are more likely to develop bipolar disorder than others. Many genes are involved and no one gene can cause the disorder, but genes are not the only factor. Bipolar disorder is frequently inherited. with genetic factors accounting for approximately 80% that causes the condition.
Madalas natin tinatanong kung ano ang mali sa kanila pero hindi natin naitatanong kung anong nangyari. According to our lesson about psychological tradition, psychological disorder can be genetic at napapasa ito generation to generation. Katulad na lang sa video na to, meron siyang type 2 bipolar disorder at ito ay inborn. Natatakot siya na mapasa to sa mga anak niya kasi alam niya kung gaano kahirap magkaroon ng ganitong klaseng mental disorder. But according to her psychiatrist, hindi clear ang pagiging genetic ng bipolar disorder. Pwede itong hindi mangyari pero hindi imposible na mapasa ito. Gumagamit sila ng gamot or drugs para ma-block yung nararamdaman nila kasi hindi nila makontrol yung emotions at yung attitude nila kapag lumalabas yung pagiging bipolar nila. Bigla-bigla na lang itong nangyayari kaya we should address them as individuals with unique issues.